Over the last 48 hours, Lucas Oil Stadium has rolled out the red carpet for Big Ten student athletes and coaches. I don't think it's a stretch to say that tonight is by far the biggest game that Leo has hosted on their home field. And the fact that we got the home field section nearly packed with an hour to go before kickoff, I think that says all you need to know. From the Summit City to the summit of soccer lore, DeMarcus Beasley officially one of the best to ever play the beautiful game here in the U.S. after being inducted to the National Soccer Hall of Fame just about an hour ago. Fresh off winning back-to-back Kelly Cup championships as an assistant with the Florida Everblades, Jesse Kalicki is getting his first crack as a head coach at the ECHL level. On Thursday, a few dozen area athletes are going to prove they have what it takes to play with the Fort Wayne champs, the TBT squad, representing Fort Wayne for $1 million. But we're going to make this trial a little bit simpler. I am going to be trying out for the Fort Wayne champs later on today. We've got our guy Kevin Bloom of Optimum Performance Sports going to walk me through a few drills and see if I have what it takes to help the champs win $1 million later this summer.
We need one. Knock it down. Cash. Good.
Mevis kick on the way. It's good! Oh man, it is one of the thickest kicks you'll see from the thicker kicker. Warsaw High School grad Harrison Mevis coming in clutch Saturday. It's a career-long 61-yard field goal to help Missouri upset number 15 Kansas State. The kick, the celebration, the field storming, it's about as crazy as it gets in the world of college football. His name is etched along Blackhawk Christian's basketball court. The state championship banners hanging along the walls. Yeah, there's no doubt that Mark Davidson set the standard for a winning basketball program here in Northeast Indiana. But Davidson's legacy going well beyond the basketball court, as the coach showed tremendous courage in the face of a terminal cancer. Despite passing away over a year ago, Davidson's legacy is carrying on thanks to the help of a newly published memoir. From 0-2 to the two-way state championship. Yeah, many were writing off this Bishop Luers football program at the start of the year, but lo and behold, the Knights just one win away from capturing their 12th state title and their first since 2012. From Blackhawk Christian to Grace College, former Highlight Zone star Frankie Davidson is now gearing up for his pro basketball career. Recently, Davidson signing with Etoile Charleville-Mézières, or Charleville, out of France. By coincidence, that's the final team that Frankie's late father, Mark, played for in his pro career. Now Frankie's basketball journey is coming full circle as Davidson is going back to a home away from home.
I have memories, and the memories that I do have, he was playing for this team, and so it's super exciting, really a God thing. We can kind of see his hand in that, and yeah, we'll be living in the same city that we lived in when I was just a little kid, so really exciting.
Before calling Blackhawk Christian home, Mark Davidson played the bulk of his pro career in France, including his final stop in Charleville from 2003 to 2006. Frankie was just 6 when his father wrapped up his playing career.
We had 5 boys in 8 years, so it was just a real sweet family time and a lot of family time, and we loved going and cheering Mark on. One time a week he had a game, and it was just a great memories.
In the last 8 years, Frankie won a state title alongside his father at Blackhawk Christian, while going on to have a successful college career at Grace. Now, nearly 2 decades after the Davidson family bid adieu to France, Frankie is coming back to a familiar place. The Grace College and Blackhawk Christian grad won't be a stranger when he returns to Charleville.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, I think. There's still lots of families there and people that we have connections with, and so we're really looking forward to connecting with them and building relationships upon that.
It's just, for a mama, it's so good to know that he and his wife Anna are already going to be loved and accepted and cheered for. We have friends back there still, and so just to know that they'll be embraced is just really special. But then for him to have those memories and be able to make his own new memories with Anna is just such an incredible blessing.
While Mark passed away last year after a battle with cancer, there's no doubt he would be thrilled for Frankie if he were still here today.
No, I mean, I think this whole year since Mark's passing, it's just been one thing after another of just God just blowing us away with what he's had in store. And so this is just another one of those just incredible blessings that we're amazed with.
It's something that, I've been looking forward to for several years now, and it's become a reality now, and it's really an answer to prayer and a dream come true. I think he'd be really proud, and I want nothing but the best for me moving forward.
Frankie's path to Charlottesville is one of many ways in how Mark's legacy is living on with his family. The former Highlight Zone star moving to France in the coming weeks. From the moment E.J. Tackett could walk, it felt like the Huntington native had a bowling ball in his hands. At least, that's what Tackett likes to say. More than a decade into his pro career, the Huntington North High School grad rising the ranks to become one of the best in the PBA Tour. Earlier this year, Tackett making history at the U.S. Open, winning his third major and clinching a rare Triple Crown.
To come down in the 10th frame and have an opportunity to win and to be able to get it done, and it was just incredible.
In his home state, E.J. Tackett knocked down another career milestone in January, winning his first U.S. Open.
It was one of those things that I really wanted to accomplish by the end of my career, and then have all my family there and friends.
Tackett is now the 9th Triple Crown champion in the history of the PBA Tour, but the Huntington native is the first Hoosier to earn that honor. That distinction belonging to Indianapolis native Mike Albee.
He was the only player before Jason Belmonte that had won the career Grand Slam, which is winning all 5 major championships. So to even be mentioned in the same conversation as him is very humbling.
Since January, Tackett has been on a roll. The Triple Crown champ has won 5 tour events this year, including his second PBA World Championship in April.
I'm very pleased with how the season turned out, and that all culminated into the World Championships. And I needed to step up and get a double to win that championship against arguably one of the greatest bowlers, or if not the greatest bowler of all time, at Jason Belmonte. And it was a lot of fun. It's fun to look back on it and just think about those moments and what they mean to me and my career. And I don't even know if there's really words to accurately describe them.
The spotlight is shining brighter on Tackett, but he never forgets his roots in Northeast Indiana.
I don't want to ever change, and I hope I can continue to be the same person and grow and be better always. And I always come back to those small town roots.
As of Sunday, Tackett is tied for 13th all-time in PBA Tour titles. And while the Triple Crown champ is enjoying his best year yet, he's got another huge accomplishment to look forward to. That's because EJ and his wife are expecting their first child, who's due in early December.
Local coverage you can count on continues with Josh Ayen's Sports Report. Sports coverage you can count on.
Let's turn back the clock to the 2006 AFC Divisional Playoffs between the Colts and the Ravens. In his first year with the Horseshoe, Adam Vinatieri certainly earning his paycheck. The most clutch kicker of his time, Vinatieri hitting all 5 of his field goals that night, helping the Colts advance past Baltimore and eventually win a Super Bowl. And until Sunday, you could argue that was the best performance by a Colts kicker in franchise history. Heading into Sunday, the Colts getting snake-bitten a bit at the quarterback spot. Anthony Richardson is still navigating the NFL's concussion protocol, meaning the Horseshoe is going to hope for some Minshew mania. Last week, Gardner Minshew filling in pretty well at Houston. How exactly would he hold up against an AFC contender in the Ravens? Well, this would be the best moment of the day from Minshew, second quarter. It's Baltimore's defense getting mossed by Zach Moss. That's a 17-yard touchdown. The Colts would tack on another field goal to take a 10-7 lead at halftime. And speaking of field goals, what a day it was for Matt Gay. The Colts' recent free agent acquisition, booting one from 53 yards out to tie things up at 19 apiece. Now, Baltimore would miss a potential game-winning field goal, so this one getting decided in overtime. 4th down for Baltimore, and the Colts come up with a big stop maybe getting away with a little pass interference, but nonetheless, that would set up the Colts offense to get into field goal range, and it's Gay, one of the highest paid kickers in the NFL, on the money from 53 yards out. Gay going on to finish 5 for 5, including 4 kicks from over 50 yards. That is an NFL first, and the Colts take care of business in overtime, winning 22-19.
So when it came down to that last one, to be able to trust the snap, the hold, the protection, I mean, can't do without those guys, and it was a good snap, good hold, and was able to go ahead and make it. So
I just really appreciate them giving us enough chances and our guys being resilient enough to follow through and eventually get it done.
Obviously it's fresh, but just the resiliency that our guys showed through the whole 5 quarters of the football game to find a way to win that game was huge. It just showed how hard these guys have been working to finish games, so it was really good to see.
Up next, the Colts are going to host the LA Rams next Sunday. Well, this past week is bringing a whole new meaning to the name Bad News Bears. Chicago looking to shake that off against the reigning Super Bowl champ Kansas City. On the first Bears drive, they get stymied behind the line of scrimmage. Actually, Carroll High School grad Drew Tranquil among that pile. He gets credited with his first half sack with the Kansas City Chiefs. A little bit later in the second half, this is a guy with a pretty big reputation, Travis Kelce, with a swift catch in the end zone and making his new girlfriend a little happy. As for Bears fans, they are dealing with a feeling they know all too well. Chicago, they dropped this one in Kansas City, 41-10, your final. After a heartbreaking overtime loss last week, the Lions looking to bounce back against the 2-0 Falcons. Second half action, Jared Goff going to get picked off by a former Highlight Zone star, Jesse Bates. The Snyder High School grad already with 3 interceptions on the season, but the Lions, they eventually roar back at home as Goff calls his own number in the fourth quarter for a touchdown. He would also go on to throw for 243 yards and a score. Lions taking care of business over Atlanta, 20-6, your final. Heading into the final week of September, it is already time to start thinking playoffs for high school fall sports. On Sunday, the IHSAA revealing the sectional pairings for both boys and girls soccer across the Hoosier State. Sectional play is going to kick off the first week of October with championship games being played Saturday, October 7th. It's all leading to the state finals in Indianapolis, which are scheduled for October 27th and 28th at IUPUI. Let's take a look at some of the top matchups in our area. Ladies first, 3A Carroll, the highest ranked team in our area. They open against Northside at DeKalb High School. Class 2A, the state runner-up Leo awaiting the winner of Concordia and Culver, while in Class 1A, Bishop Luers will face reigning state runner-up Canterbury at Black Hawk Christian. Now to the boys, 3A 16th ranked Carroll will open sectional play against Southside at New Haven High School. 2A 10th ranked Dwenger will face the winner between Manchester and Culver, and 1A boys powerhouse Westview will face conference foe Prairie Heights. All Northeast Indiana sectional brackets are available on the WANE.com sports page. I'm Josh Ayen, and that's your local sports report.